Guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm here because I want to talk a little bit about overcoming heartbreak. Previous videos of me are a little bit cringy to watch, but I've done leaps and bounds since those videos first aired, or since I first recorded them, I should say. And I want to sort of share some things that I took away, some real actionable steps that I found helped incredibly, and I want to help other women to heal and get back to their true self as well, and that's why I'm making this video. So last year on July 2nd, it was a Tuesday. It was a beautiful summer day. I slept in, sort of lounged around in the bed a little bit. I got up pretty late and went downstairs into my kitchen and made 2 cups of tea, which I did pretty much every morning. My husband came down and joined me shortly after, and we had our tea together as we did every morning. So after tea, I went down into my office to get a little bit of work done, and my husband got started on lunch, which he normally did. I ended up working for a lot longer than I had anticipated, and he brought me down my lunch, and I had no idea that that would be the last time I ever saw my husband again. So I was naturally devastated, heartbroken, confused, depressed, angry, sad, all of the emotions that you can imagine. One of the things that a lot of us do when we are in a really dark place is journal. I personally video journal, aka vlog, and I did that. I started to video journal my process. I didn't know that I was going to share it on YouTube. At that time, I was actually pretty sure I was not going to end up sharing it. It was more something I was doing for myself. Now, as time went on and I began to heal, I decided that I was going to come up with my story, and I started to edit the footage. And because I was in a different mindset when I was editing that footage and rewatching and revisiting that footage from when I was actually recording that footage, I kind of got to have this unique view, like the grown-up me looking back on the child me. Do you know what I mean? I was able to go back and actually see the progression and see the steps that I was taking in healing, even though I didn't know there were steps at the time. The thing about going through any sort of loss, any sort of grief, is that people tend to, as pure and innocent as their intentions are, they give you really abstract, meaningless advice. People often say things that just sound nice, but literally mean nothing. Keep your chin up. Okay? I mean, I get it, you know, but it sounds nice, it sounds encouraging, but it's not helpful. It's not telling me how to get my chin up or how to get my chin to stay up. It's just words, you know? Don't be too hard on yourself. What does that mean, you know? So because we tend to do that, give these really abstract pieces of advice, I wanted to come and give you hard, actionable advice and steps that you can take to overcome your heartbreak. I want to put out a disclaimer and let y'all know that I am in no way saying that this is a replacement for time, or a replacement for therapy or anything of the sorts. I just wanted to give you tools that really helped me and that I think will help you too. Step number 1 that I would suggest is to surround yourself with love. If you are early on in your heartbreak, you're gonna feel that loss of love immensely, so immensely that it seems like it just envelops your whole world. And so you really want to combat that by surrounding yourself with as much love as possible. And this is going to be harder for some people than others, particularly if you are coming out of a relationship with somebody who is narcissistic and or abusive. If you're with a narcissistic personality type, you may hear them say things like, she loves her friends more than me, or she put her family before me. And the more you hear things like that, the more you can really internalize it and almost believe that you are not worthy of being surrounded by love, and it is absolutely not true, sis. And if you think about it, if somebody truly loves you, why would they want to void your life of that? Why wouldn't they want you to be surrounded by as much love as possible, the very emotion that they claim to have for you? Why would they want you to have less of that? This is a time for you to really feel love in abundance. You are worthy of love and deserving of so much love. And so whatever it is in life that you do love, surround yourself with as much of it as possible. For me, I love my friends and family, as you guys know. Especially my girls, my nieces, my sisters, my nephews, they bring me so much joy. And so that is one thing that I surrounded myself with, was them. I had my people around me. And it's very important that you do the same. Whoever the people are in your life that you love, surround yourself with them. I know if you're going through it right now during quarantine, it may be a little bit harder, but download Zoom or whatever app that you can have as many people on as possible. Get all your loved ones on an iPad, prop them up, and carry them around with you. We're all at home doing nothing anyways. Carry them around with you when you're working. If you just want to cry to them, just have your people around you. Maybe it's your children. Children are very intuitive, and children want to help you feel better. Tell your kids you're sad. Take the hugs. Take as many hugs and kisses from them as you can. Crawl into bed with them at night. And it doesn't just stop at people. Whatever things you love, surround yourself with that as well. For me, I love vlogging. As much as you guys hear me complain about YouTube, I love vlogging. And so carrying that camera around with me, even though I wasn't sharing the footage publicly, helped me feel secure. It's kind of like my security blanket. Maybe you're not a vlogger, but you just love journaling. Go to Michaels or michaels.com, buy yourself a new shiny pretty journal and spend as much money as you want on pens and stickers and washi tape, whatever the journal lingo is. I also love water. I'm a water sign, and water, just thinking about water gives me peace. I went to the waterfront every day that I could. Maybe you love nature. Maybe you have a hiking trail in your neighborhood. Maybe you have a patio or a backyard or a garden that you love. Whatever you love, surround yourself with that. The second step is to really acknowledge that your feelings are valid. You're not going to hear this, I promise you. People will try to invalidate your feelings, even unknowingly. I got this so much, you guys, so much. But as long as you acknowledge to yourself that your feelings are valid, I promise you, navigating through all the noise from everybody else will be much easier. Whether it's, well, at least you didn't have kids with him, or at least you have your health, at least you're still young, or he wasn't even all that. None of that matters, because they are not the ones in your shoes. What you are feeling is valid and is true to you. One of the traits of being a human is that we are multifaceted. We can do two things at once. We can walk and chew gum. You can be devastated and still be grateful for your health. It doesn't take away from the immense pain and hurt and loss that you're feeling right now. And this applies to any type of loss, you guys. If you lost a grandmother or a parent, you may hear, at least she lived a long life. That does not take away from the pain that you're feeling right now. You're allowed to hurt, girl. You're allowed to grieve. If nobody else tells you this, listen to me. You're not crazy. Your feelings are valid. Okay, so for step number 3, you are going to need a calendar. And this tip really goes back to the 90-day to change a habit or change a lifestyle kind of rule. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be completely healed in 90 days. Of course not. What I am saying is that you're going to notice you can breathe a little bit easier. Maybe you'll be able to finish that Netflix series that y'all started together that you just couldn't bring yourself to watch, or, you know, you'll just notice that certain things in life become a little bit easier. Now, right now, it doesn't seem that way. So what you're gonna do is get your calendar, count out 90 days. So in my case, from July 2nd to October 2nd, and you're gonna circle October 2nd. Today's October 2nd, you guys. I'm wearing a head wrap today. I look like a nice girl, like a nice Muslima you can bring home to mom, inshallah. Okay, so today's October 2nd, you guys. It is officially 3 months exactly to the date that my husband left me. 3 months since I have not seen his face. 3 months since he ghosted. 3 months. I don't know how to feel about that, but it's 3 months, so I just thought I'd give you the update. It's 3 months. 3 months of not seeing the person that I literally saw every single day for the last 20 years. And you know what? I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. I guess it's true that what they say, it takes 3 months to break a habit. So for those of you who are going through it, it gets better, girl. Circle that 90 days. And put that calendar where you can see it every day, and every day you're just going to cross off the one day. What this helps you do is visualize an end, because when you're in it, when it's fresh, when it's new, you literally feel like there's no way out. You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You feel hopeless and helpless. And this is going to help you actually focus on getting somewhere, getting to an end goal, getting to an end date, something that you can physically do, physically circle and scratch out those days, physically see and focus on. And just by doing that simple step and seeing it every day, actually just seeing yourself getting closer to that goal in itself is going to help you feel better. It's going to in itself help you breathe a little bit easier at night, knowing that you got through another day, one day at a time. But it helps you to focus and look forward to something. Look forward to feeling better and knowing that, yeah, in 90 days, I'm not going to be the person I was before. I'm not going to be completely, you know, happy-go-lucky, jolly. But I'm going to feel a bit better. I'm going to start to feel better. So tip number 4, my final tip for you, something physical and actionable that you can do that I think will help you heal, get through the healing process faster, is to disconnect from that person. Now, I realize that depending on, you know, your relationship, you may have obligations together, whether it's assets, you know, a business, a home, children, liabilities, whether it's debt, you know, anything like that. There may be things that will still unfortunately connect you to that person. But tip number 4 is block and delete, sis. I understand that you may need to call him or her or contact him and her for whatever reason, but that doesn't mean that you need to see what they had for breakfast on Instagram. You may need to call them about the pet or the kids, but that doesn't mean you need to see their outfit of the day on Facebook. That doesn't mean you need to see their boomerangs on Snapchat. You're hurting yourself. You don't need to see it. That stuff is irrelevant and separate to the business that you need to handle, whether you have kids or not, or whether you have joint assets together or not. Just stick to business. And if you have no business with them, even better. Block and delete, sis. Delete that number, block on all social media, and make sure that you tell your friends to do the same as well, or let them know that that's what you're doing. That way you can control what they are sending you as well. removing them completely from your feed is going to stop those triggers from happening. You know, like you're scrolling and you forget even sometimes that you follow them, and all of a sudden you have them right there in your face. You know, it's going to prevent all that. So don't trigger yourself. Don't set yourself up to be triggered. Just block, delete, and only keep communication to an absolute necessity. Those are my 4 tips. Those are the strong takeaways that I got from rewatching or re-editing my journey. And as you guys can see, I am in a completely different headspace and a completely different mindset than I was just 10 short months ago on July 2nd of 2019. These are the things I think helped me tremendously, and I hope that they help you tremendously too. I really appreciate you all being along for this journey with me as well. You guys were definitely part of my step 1. And so I'm glad that I surrounded myself with you all, because I love this vlogger-viewer relationship that we have, and I'm glad that you all were part of my journey, and I hope that this helps you get through your journey as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.